What's up, friends? It's Tess. This is Wander Wealthy, and today we are wrapping up the financial glow up series. So this series has been put in place to help those who have graduated from college and are making that transition into a full-time job, starting out with their career, but it's totally applicable to anybody who's just trying to get their financial ducks in a row. So I hope that you've enjoyed this series. You can check out all the other videos in this series up in this playlist that I'll link up here. And yeah, share with me in the comment section below any other questions, because although this is the end of the series, I still make videos every single Wednesday, and yeah, I can obviously make a video for you. So today is a fun video because we are talking all about student loans and how to pay them off as fast as possible. If you're a recent college graduate, you are probably one of the millions of Americans who are burdened with student loan debt. It's just the facts, and that is what we get as a treat of being a committed college student who wanted to get a degree and then gets a job and now basically owns a house without actually owning the house. You just owe as much as you would owe if you bought a house. So I decided to whip together some of my best tips to help you pay off your student loan ASAP. I have 9 steps/tips to share with you today, so let's dive in. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you can be notified, because like I said, I upload every Wednesday. All right, step number 1 is to make a plan. It is really important to take out all of the numbers of your student loans. And remember, if you are in your grace period, that is usually the 6 months after you drop below part-time student status. You tend to have 6 months before you actually have to start paying on your student loans, and that's the perfect time to do this. Make a plan. Get all of the terms out on paper in front of you. How much for each of your loans do you owe as far as the balance goes? What are the interest rates for each of those loans, and what's going to be that required monthly payment that you have to pay? If they are federal student loans, do you have any federal benefits that you can take advantage of? Just get all of those terms out down on paper or in this really handy dandy spreadsheet that is my favorite debt reduction calculator. I will link the calculator in the description box below. I do not own it. I do not personally know the people who own it, but I just personally love it. And I also have a great debt reduction training that I will link up here as well as down there that will show you how I teach people how to use it. This calculator will help you develop your plan. So it'll help you with step number 1. It will show you all the various methods and strategies that you can use to pay off the loan, like using Snowball or Avalanche or just customizing your own repayment. But I do think it is best to pay off your loans separately. And what I mean by that is by not consolidating them, but tackling them one at a time, because it is fun to see loans get wiped free, and it's obviously easier to do that if you can pay off smaller balances first. Okay, so obviously you can make a plan to pay back your student loans, but you need to get a little bit more organized. And that leads me to step number 2, which is to get yourself on a budget, because you need to also figure out how you're gonna afford the rest of your life, not just those student loan payments. So you have things like rent and utilities, insurance, maybe a car payment, and these things are obviously responsibilities you have when you become an adult, and so you need to budget for all of your expenses and also figure out how much money you get to spend on other fun things, right? So if you want, you can use the anti-budget, which is my favorite budgeting methodology. It will help you see how much discretionary income you're able to spend on a daily basis, and if you're willing to put additional amounts of money to your student loan repayment, which is the fastest way to pay down your student debt, by putting additional money towards the principal on your balances. By setting up a budget, you can figure out how much more money you do have in your budget to put towards the principal on your loans. And you can make sure you include that in your budget before, you know, going out for tacos with your BFFs. Like I said, the anti-budget is my favorite budgeting methodology because it ensures that you're going to make those different savings goals or debt reduction goals, as well as gives you a daily number to live within, so you know that you're never spending more than you really can afford. The third tip or step, whatever, is to live like a college student. You are probably pretty used to this, and you were probably so excited to stop living like a college student, but I am telling you, especially if you have student loans and you want to get debt-free ASAP, then continue to live like a college student until those student loans are gone. This means that all of your regular fixed expenses and even some of your discretionary expenses are going to be lower, so that more of your income can go towards repaying those student loans and putting that payment towards the principal. Step number 4 may seem a little bit counterintuitive, but it is to make sure you do save up an emergency savings fund of about $1,000 or 1 month's worth of your fixed expenses. This just ensures that if a big medical bill comes or you get a flat tire, you can pay for those using your emergency savings and don't have to eat into your regular spending or, God forbid, go into debt, even more debt. You can pay the minimum on your student loans while building up this savings fund and then go into full student loan reduction blast off mode. But it is always good to have that buffer in place. Step number 5 is to get a side hustle or find additional ways to make some extra money. You can do this by renting out your spare bedroom or even your couch in your apartment, or maybe freelance writing or designing or leveraging other skills you have, or turning your hobbies into side hustles. At a period of time, I was working as a fitness trainer because I loved fitness, and I would just do that really early in the morning or on the weekends and make a couple extra $100 a month. And then step number 6 is to take all of this additional money or any extra penny you find and shove it towards your student loan principal. This will ensure that that balance continues to inch down and you'll see that you're making good progress. Step number 7 is to document that progress. I'm sure if you are researching how to get student loan free as fast as possible, you've found hundreds of videos and blog posts of other people who have done just that. And it might seem impossible, but these people put their lives out there and share their progress, continually update people on their progress, and that is called accountability, folks. If you can find ways to hold yourself accountable, and one of the best ways is to just publicly share that progress and the goals that you have for your student loan debt, you will most likely become debt-free faster than if you just acted like you didn't have student loan debt and slowly chipped away at it. Celebrating your wins and owning up to your missteps tends to work if you do it in public. Tip/step number 8 is to download a really cool app. And no, this video is not sponsored. However, it'd be cool if it was. But I just found this app and thought that it was amazing and it was so helpful, especially for those who are trying to fight this student loan battle. And that app is called Change Ed, or Changed, but Change Ed. It basically links to your spending accounts and rounds up to the closer dollar amount every time you do spend money so that you can send your spare change towards your student loan balances. And it doesn't seem like much, but 50 cents here, 75 cents there can add up to be a lot of money at the end of the month. So if you're using this app and you're also budgeting, just make sure that your budget does understand the fact that all of your bills that end with a change at the end are just rounded up to the next dollar. And then when you're out spending money and you're trying to budget that, just round everything up to the next dollar so you can make sure that you're not going to run out of money at the end of the month. Still, I think that this app is really great for people who just want to make sure that they are going that extra mile and putting any extra penny they can find towards their student loan balances. I will leave a link again in the description box so you can find this app and download it to your phone and use it and start slashing your student loans. And step/tip number 9 is for those who feel like they can outsmart the system to get debt-free ASAP. And you really can outsmart the system by using some financial tools in your favor. Now, I don't recommend this step for everyone because it is quite a bit more complicated than all of the steps I shared before. So if you're just comfortable with that, go with that. But if you're ready to take it to the next level, you can consider shredding your student loans. There's a really great platform out there called Shred My Student Loans. They're owned by the same company that is Shred My Mortgage, and they walk you through how to get a personal line of credit, connect that with your student loan account, and make all of your payments and all of your money moves through your line of credit instead of through your bank account. It's the idea that you sort of become your own bank and you beat the whole system. Now, it's very technical. There's a lot of great YouTube videos and blog posts out there that share how you can do this, but I don't recommend doing it on your own, especially if you're not comfortable with the way these different debt vehicles work. So if you want help and assistance, you can go through Shred My Student Loan. I will leave my link below in the description box to learn more. You can get on the phone and talk to their people and they will walk you through how it all works, and then you can decide if you want to move forward or not. If it's too complicated for you, then just go the slow and steady route and get your student loans paid off as fast as possible in the best way you can do it. But if you're ready for this new potential challenge and a way to get debt free seriously ASAP, then shredding your student loans might be a great option. So those are the 9 steps/tips to get debt-free ASAP or pay off your student loans super fast. I hope that it is helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed the whole financial glow up series, but especially this on getting rid of those student loans so you can open up your financial life for much more opportunity in the future. Now I want to hear from you. Make sure you comment below what you think about these steps, what you're doing to get debt-free ASAP, and if you have other questions that you want me to answer about finance in general, then comment it below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, I hope you wonder wealthy.